Get a grip, Nate.
Birds used to fly differently on the time.
Rhea, what's going on with you?
Marcus, what's going on with Arthur?
Not sure.
Arthur, mate, calm down.
Calm me.
I think we should
Watching's my whole life, love, not just his hands.
My head's pounding. Bad.
Head pounding, both. Sit down, right here.
Rest well, Marcus.
Yeah, bad one. Worse than usual.
Yeah, you too. Not mine to sort. Watching, that's all.
Everyone's tired tonight.
Tired's fine. Tired's not a symptom.
Not a symptom?
Not a symptom. Priya's head's the thing. Head pounding like that worth a proper look.
Poker face like a Sunday deck. Love, even now.
Sunday deck.
Twice, Arthur. Both times hands before words.
Twice, love. That's not nerves. That's a habit.
Arthur, can we move away from here? My head.
Twice, Arthur. I don't invent a pattern from nothing.
There you are, love. Told you I'd watch.
What is wrong, Marcus? Really, come here.
She just called you, Marcus. That's not a slip, Arthur.
Not mine to watch either.
Not yours. Not really mine either.
Not your fight. Still watching though.
Watch away. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see. Understood.
Nothing to see, right? Go find your coconuts.
Watching too then. Not just watching him.
Nothing to see. Told you already.
Told you already. I heard.
Nothing here either. Go find your coconuts, Kenji.
No coconuts either. Long night?
No, nothing. Just tired.
Tired, sure. Understood.
Long night. Yeah.
Long night. Coconuts can wait.
There you are, love. Been a good while. Long night for all of us, son. No shame in it.
Twice, Arthur. Not tired, not nerves. Twice with the same tell.
Sing tell twice. Worth watching. Not saying a word.
Not saying a word either, son. Just watching Priya's hands.
Twice, Marcus. Both times, before I even spoke. That's not nerve.
That's her hands, love. Nor her fault what her hands do. Not her fault, no. Still worth a look, love.
Marcus, he's excused her twice now. Fast, both times.
Fast, both times. That's what I watched too. Long night, is it? Funny, thought you were after. Coconuts can wait, can they? Funny, that.
He clocks patterns fast when it's convenient, slow otherwise.
No, fast when it matters.
Fast when it matters, is it? Funny you missed the hands then, son.
Sorry. Hey, where do you get to?
Marcus, he saw her hands first. Said nothing for ages.
Right here. Just need a second.
Said nothing. Yes, noted that too.
Yeah,
Right then, what did Marcus see?
You always find a way back to the coconuts, don't you?
They're a distraction, Arthur, like everything else here.
Distractions keep you from seeing what's real, love, but sometimes they're the real thing.
Right now, Arthur, I'm just trying to see clearly through this mess. Tell me plainly, what are Priya's
I missed you.
distractions
What's
keep you
going
from seeing
on?
what's real, Arthur? But sometimes, they the real thing.
The hands aren't a message, Marcus. They're a reflex, a habit she can't control. It's her pain that makes them move. Her.
Pain manifests in strange ways. What kind of pain?
Old, deep. It doesn't respond to what they give.
Old pain doesn't respond to what they give. What they give her, Arthur.
They try kindness. They offer comfort.
Forgiveness. That's a heavy thing to ask for.
It's a burden anyone would carry.
It seems isolating, then, to have that kind of pain and know no one can truly. It's the hardest kind to bear, isn't it? Knowing that.
You're not alone in feeling that way.
No one ever truly. I know.
If no one can truly alleviate it, what be done?
We acknowledge it. We witness it. And we stay. Not to fix, but to
Be
simply
present.
be present.
That sounds
with
like a long night indeed.
The long night is inevitable. But what are we watching for beyond her
The
hands?
shift in his focus. From her hands, to
what?
the one who's not watching hands.
Who isn't watching her hands? Marcus. Who are we looking for?
The one who benefits from the pain.
And what makes you think anyone here from her pain, Marcus?
Everyone's watching Arthur. The question isn't who benefits, but who are
Who
pained to continue.
Marcus? There's a difference.
The one who needs the leverage. The one for whom our suffering is.
How much?
Currency. Enough to buy silence. Enough to keep them all distracted while else happens.
Distractions are powerful tools, but currency needs a market, Marcus.
Who are paid
Who's
to be
buying what she
ongoing.
represents?
Someone who can't afford for it to end. Someone
Even
whose
so,
power rests on that
she's being
vulnerability.
Too quiet, too detached. It feels deliberate.
She's a ghost in the scene. A necessary
Like she's
observer,
care-
perhaps. But for whom?
Surely is protecting something, or someone, not just
Shielding
observing,
Arthur.
actively
And from
shielding.
what?
From the truth, I think. The kind of truth that would shatter the fragile equilibrium
Sori isn't
they've all
protecting
built
Priya
around
something.
Priya's pain.
She's protecting someone, Priya.
Protecting someone Priya, you mean? Someone she's inadvertently threatening.
Who would Priya threaten that Sori would actively shield? And why would her pain be a threat to them?
It's Kenji. Her pain exposes something
That
about
exposes
him,
what, Arthur?
something he desperately
What does
wants
Priya's
hidden.
pain reveal about Kenji?
It reveals his desperation, the kind that breeds control. Priya's pain. It's a mirror for him, isn't it? It reflects the darkness he keeps buried. He can't stand to see her suffering because it echoes something. It suggests he's not just observing her suffering, but feeding it. Supply. Maintaining a delicate balance of power, where his silence and perceived concern keep him in control.
If he's feeding it, then someone is benefiting from that manipulation beyond Kenji himself. Who does he need to impress or appease by maintaining this cycle of suffering? Someone who gains power, or something else entirely? From Priya's vulnerability being perpetuated?
He wouldn't be doing this alone. It takes resources, a network, someone providing him the cover he needs. Think about Les the most to lose if Priya's pain is truly understood and addressed. Someone with something to hide themselves.
It's Marcus. He's been remarkably quiet in this discussion about Priya, hasn't he? His focus has shifted so predictably from her hands to the larger picture. Almost perfectly. It feels orchestrated.
Kenji, that's a bold accusation. Marcus has been observing, yes, but orchestrated. That implies intent. What makes you so sure his silence isn't just calculation?
He's been deflecting. Every time we get close to something concrete about Priya's pain, he steers us back towards distractions. The coconuts, the broader picture. It's like he asks to be looking everywhere but directly at him and his involvement.
Kenji. He seems awfully keen on diverting attention from himself, almost as if he's afraid of what Priya's pain might reveal.
Kenji's right to
Not
question
just about
Marcus.
someone else.
The speed with
It
which he
makes me
redirects
wonder,
the discussion
is it
feels
really about
calculated.
protecting a
It
secret?
reveals
Let's
his
consider
about
his
preserving
initial
an image?
observation.
Yes.
A
Her
certain
hand.
perception.
Beyond
He
that,
saw them first, yet
it
remained
suggests the
silent for a
past
long
mirroring
time.
hers,
Why?
perhaps even
What was he
originating from the
assessing?
same
He started
source.
pushing us
Her
towards
pain isn't
distraction.
just a reflection of him, it's an echo of something. It reveals a hollowness, doesn't it? A lack of genuine empathy masked by performative concern. He projects onto her suffering a desire to appear compassionate, but his silence, his redirection, those aren't the actions of someone truly trying to help.
He's always been good at manipulating perception.
It reveals a fragility,
It's
Marcus,
unsettling how
a
quickly he
carefully
shifted the
constructed
focus.
facade of strength
Perhaps it
that
wasn't
cracks
just
under
about
the
what his
slightest
silence
pressure.
revealed.
It
but what he
suggests
hoped
his
to by drawing
control
our
isn't
attention
born from
elsewhere.
genuine power, but from fear.
It's
Fear
a
of
parlor
exposure,
trick, isn't it?
fear of
The
mirroring
magician
Priya's
draws your eye
suffering
with
in
one
himself.
hand,
He doesn't
while the
want to
real
see what
deception
her pain
happens under the
represents
other.
because it-
What was he hoping we'd miss, Kenji?
He doesn't want to
And
see
more
what her
importantly,
pain represents.
would this act divert his
because
attention?
it's not just about protecting a secret, is it? It's about facing a truth he can't bear. A truth that would shatter the image of control he so desperately clings to.
That resonates. He's been meticulously crafting this narrative of concern while subtly ensuring the pain continues.
She's always been a bit delicate.
Delicate people need water too.
You appear suddenly.
I was just here.
A rather abrupt arrival, perhaps.
I was looking for Arthur.
He seems preoccupied, does he?
I did not notice him preoccupied.
Perhaps he seems so.
The water is closer now.
Marcus offered her water.
I am thirsty.
Marcus did offer her water.
I am very tired.
He offered water, did he?
It was a kind gesture.
Marcus simply provided it.
He is always doing things.
Doing what, exactly?
Everything. He does everything.
That is quite a statement.
He helps everyone.
It seems useful. Does he expect thanks?
I don't know what he expects.
People rarely expect gratitude.
It is a kindness. It should be enough.
That's what I find interesting.
Interesting how?
He expects nothing, perhaps.
I am feeling quite well.
That is good to hear.
Yes, I feel fine.
Marcus seems concerned to me.
He is being helpful.
Helpful can be a burden.
It is his choice.
A generous spirit, perhaps.
He often smiles. It is nice.
Smiles can be deceptive.
He appeared suddenly too, sun.
Sudden appearances can be jarring.
They all start like that, love.
It can be disturbing.
Things rarely are simple, love.
Simple is preferable, isn't it? Marcus helps willingly.
Willingly does not mean always.
Sometimes it is more burdensome.
He thinks he helps some.
It does seem rather insistent.
The docs were like that sometimes.
I find your comparisons interesting.
Tell me again what he expects.
He does not seem to desire anything.
The river was like that too.
You left again. He wants something, I think.
I am tired of these thoughts.
He rarely thinks before acting.
It makes things difficult then.
I am sorry.
He only does what he wants.
I need some air.
It seems like a good idea.
He likes control, doesn't he?
I need space.
I want to sleep.
He manipulates people too.
He does what he can. He does make me feel quite unwell. It feels very hot here.
I do feel the heat.
He likes to be seen doing things.
Hot makes headaches worse.
It is very hot here.
He enjoys the attention.
I saw him smile. It does seem warm.
He likes being useful, doesn't he?
Yes, it does seem so.
I am hot.
He enjoys being needed.
It is tiring. He seems so eager.
It is hot here.
He needs praise, doesn't he?
I need water.
Everyone feels that way.
He likes making others uncomfortable.
Yes, he does.
It can be tiring, yes.
He does like being the center.
That is rather a lot of attention.
He likes taking up space. Space needs water too.
He likes being useful. It is very hot.
I am here.
Docks were built like that too.
It seems strange, does it?
Things always seem that way.
They did, son.
It seems like a great deal of effort.
He helps because he can.
People always have reason, love.
Reasons can be unkind.
He likes feeling important, does he?
It feels worse now. He does take up a lot of room.
It feels very warm here.
Yes, It makes my head hurt.
It does seem uncomfortable.
I agree.
It sounds difficult.
He wants more than water.
I do not know what he wants.
He wants us gone.
That seems unlikely.
Perhaps it does.
It seems possible.
He moves so much. He does move a lot.
It is tiring, isn't it?
He seems to enjoy it.
It makes me anxious.
I am sorry to hear that.
He seems so busy.
He wants something more.
He likes being seen, doesn't he?
It does seem exhausting for everyone.
He wants everyone looking.
Exhausting is relative.
He likes being useful too.
Perhaps, but it feels very real to me.
Useful for whom?
It always feels real, that's it.
He wants recognition.
Yes, it does.
Recognition for what exactly?
It seems like everyone is feeling the weight of this situation.
He wants people to notice him.
Yes, I notice it too.
I see that as well. Unsettling, isn't it?
It feels suffocating.
Yes, it does.
Unsettling feels like a fair assessment.
It certainly does. It's difficult to understand why.
Perhaps that's the most disturbing thing of all.
Perhaps we should simply leave.
He feels that way, doesn't it? Just breathe, sorry.
I agree.
Let's leave, quickly.
Agreed. Let's go.
I need a moment first. Just a moment to
Take your
process all
time.
of this.
We'll be right here.
Thank you. I just need a breath too.
Take it. We all need one.
Yes, that's very kind of you both.
Thank you. I feel disoriented. It's hard to make sense of
I
any of it.
understand.
Hi,
it's a lot
Div.
to take in. Let's just focus on getting out
One step at a time sounds good. What do you think we should prioritize?
Let's just focus on getting out together.
Agreed.
No
Let's
distractions.
go.
No looking back.
Priya, I'm glad you're here. Everything feels intense. What have I missed?
It's good to see you, sorry. Where have you been? Let's go, Naim said.
It's been difficult. He seems to want something from all of us,
I was trying
and
to
it's
find some
making
space.
everyone feel
It doesn't
unwell
seem
and
like there's
anxious.
any.
It's getting worse. We need to hurry.
That's what I keep thinking. There's nowhere to escape to.
What do you want? Can we figure that out even a little bit?
He has to think there's no escape. That's part of it, isn't it?
I don't think he wants matters as much as he seems
You're
motivated by
probably
attention
right.
and disruption,
It feels
focusing
deliberate.
on what he might just give him more power.
So we shouldn't try to decipher his wants. Just ignore them.
Perhaps. Analyzing him seems only to amplify whatever he's feeding off of. Let's focus on getting out and not giving him the satisfaction of understanding.
You're right. It's unsettling how much power we seem to be giving him, just by to understand why he does what he does. Let's just move silently, swiftly. No questions asked. Sorry, there you are. Where have you been?
I was trying to find some space, but there isn't any.
Let's just focus on moving forward then.
It feels oppressive.
You nod slowly, eyes darting around the space with a growing sense of unease. It does, you murmur quietly, mostly to yourself, but within earshot of Kenji and Sori. I can feel it too. Hahem. Astella.
It's getting harder to breathe here.
Agreed. Let's move now. Slow. I agree. Slowly and quietly.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's.
Right.
It feels like a trap.
I know.
I need a moment to gather myself before we move.
Just be careful.
I will. You too. Let's stay close.
Okay, I'll be right behind you.
Thank you, Sori. Just stay aware. Watch for anything unusual.
Of course, I'm watching everything.
Thank you, Sori. That's all we can do right now.
It's
Watch and
watching
be
us
careful.
too.
Don't engage. Just move with them.
Understood?
Just keep moving. Don't react. Focus on their lead.
Understood?
I see it too. Focus on
Right,
putting
one
one
foot in front
foot
of
in
the
front
other.
of the other. Don't look at it. Just move. Agree. Let's just go.
Yes, 1 foot in front of the other.
One foot in front of the other. That's all that matters now.
Right, 1 foot in front of the other. Just breathe.
One foot in front of the other. You're right. Let's focus on that.
Yes, 1 foot, then another. Just get out.
One step at a time. We'll make it.
1 foot, then another. Yes, let's just keep moving.
Agreed. 1 foot at a time. Don't look back.
Yes, just 1 foot in front of the other. 1 foot in front of the other. Just keep going.
It's all I can think about right now.
1 foot, then another.
Yes, 1 foot at a time.
Right.
1 foot.
Yes, 1 foot.
One foot, then the next. Let's just keep moving.
Yes.
Right.
It's unsettling how much they rely on their mantra right now. Do you feel like we're making any progress?
It's a coping mechanism, isn't it? A way to ground themselves when everything else feels like it's dissolving.
Fragile, doesn't it? Like the slightest shift would shatter that focus.
Necessary. Just surviving requires clinging to anything solid right now.
You nod slowly, your gaze flickering towards Arthur. I'm sorry as they repeat that mantra.
You nod
Fragile
slowly,
is an understatement.
acknowledging Sori's
It feels like a
words.
thread about to
It
snap.
seems like all we
Ha!
do right now.
That's what worries me most. I wonder how long that thread can hold.
Hey, fragile. I just hope it's enough.
I hope so too.
It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? That our survival hinges on something so fragile. I keep expecting it to break.
You agree slowly, your voice barely above a whisper, expecting it to break. That's the worst part. It casts a shadow over every footstep.
It does. And the more we focus on not breaking it, the more I worry about it might break.
Maybe focusing will help.
Just
Less
one
worrying,
foot in
less
front of the other.
analyzing, just move. 1 foot, just 1 foot. Let's move.
1 foot. Yes.
1 foot and another. Let's go.
It's good to see you again, Sori. Where were you?
I was just searching for some space. It's hard to find any of it here.
I understand. Feels like the walls are closing in, doesn't it?
It's good to see you too, Niam. I hadn't realized you were gone.
It does. Like whatever's here. Us to feel that way.
I can. I feel it too. It's like a pressure on my chest. Makes it hard to think.
Water looks cold.
It probably is quite cold.
Marcus seems very concerned.
He always does that.
I am thirsty.
Perhaps I can find some water.
He likes to offer things.
It's a habit, I suppose.
Marcus offered water. He seemed quite honest.
He wants something.
I need some rest.
She was away earlier, wasn't she?
Yes, she took a coconut.
Always taking things. Love.
Rotting takes time.
Things do, don't they?
Everything decomposes eventually.
He worries too much, Kenji.
He offered water.
Docks used to be busy. Love.
Things rot at different rates.
They always were, Niam.
He wants them all needing something.
Needs a good rest, that one.
He just wants something.
Always needing something, does he?
He needs attention. Always.
That's right, love.
He manipulates with kindness.
Kindness used to be honest work, love.
It looks quite heavy.
I slept little last night.
The time was busy at night, too.
He always offers things.
I am feeling very tired.
Tiredness makes mistakes, love.
He likes to watch people suffer.
I apologize. I think he does.
Sleep helps with everything.
He enjoys the drama.
It gets easier, love.
Drama requires an audience.
He does that so often.
He likes performing for them.
I need some quiet.
It seems quite exhausting, doesn't it?
Quiet used to be a luxury, love. Kindness is easy enough, isn't it?
He does like watching them.
Seems a bit much, doesn't he?
It is quite unsettling.
He always likes watching them.
He enjoys their discomfort.
Always been like that, love.
Does he enjoy the coconut too?
They all want something, don't they?
He wants attention.
Always a show, isn't he?
A good rod, heavy.
Heavy things need handling, love.
He likes to feel important.
Important is like a good ship, needs ballast.
It requires the right weight.
Weight keeps them steady, doesn't it?
Heavy things sink too.
Ships sink too, love.
He is very busy.
Always fussing about something, isn't he?
It causes a lot of trouble.
Trouble is just excitement, love.
He needs to be far away.
Far away suits some people, love.
He should go somewhere.
Some things have a purpose, love.
People need space.
Space gets full, love.
He likes filling it up.
Trouble stirs the blood, love.
He needs something more than space.
Everything needs something.
A ship needs a harbor, love.
He will fill it up again.
Rotting fills a space too.
Rotted things smell.
He likes watching, always.
Things attract flies.
Flies need something too, love.
You were gone for a while.
He needs moving.
Did I go somewhere?
I did know that.
It was only for a moment.
A brief absence.
I needed air. He does seem busy.
Things require attention.
He likes being busy.
It seems tiring.
He always needs something.
I apologize. He worries a lot.
He needs quiet time.
I agree with that.
It seems endless, doesn't it?
He wants them talking.
It seems tiresome.
He enjoys the attention.
I am tired.
He needs to rest.
I just want a little quiet.
Quiet meets listening, love.
He does not listen.
Listening takes patience, love.
He never does that.
Ships need a captain, love.
He needs watching.
Always needing someone else's attention.
He is not like that.
Ships need a crew too, love.
He does enjoy watching.
Watching is tiring, isn't it?
He needs somewhere else.
Ships need a rudder too, love.
He breaks things.
Things break all the time, love.
They need fixing.
Ships need good hands too, love.
He is not a ship.
Ships are useful things, love.
He needs something else.
Always needing something new.
New things break too.
Everything breaks down, love.
He likes feeling superior.
Superiority feels good, doesn't it?
It seems very tiresome.
He does like feeling important.
It seems rather repetitive.
Yes, it does seem so.
It requires something new.
Something would help.
It complicates things.
He seems quite busy.
Ships need a lookout, love.
He seems preoccupied.
It often is a performance.
Ships need good wood too, love.
Wood rots.
It all does. Does he know what important actually?
He thinks performance important.
So does everyone else. It's a cheap trick.
It's exhausting to watch them all play their parts.
Tell me about your part, Kenji. What role they're playing? It's a long play, isn't it? And we're all stuck watching.
Indeed, a rather tedious performance, wouldn't you agree?
Tedious is putting it mildly. I just wish someone would change the scene.
Perhaps the sudden blackout might do the trick. Or maybe, just maybe, someone needs to throw a coconut.
Seems drastic. But I'm open to suggestions at this point.
I
What
think the
scene
whole
would you
play
like
needs
to change?
dismantling. Not just a scene change, but a total rewrite.
Sounds radical.
Maybe start with
but
throwing all the
honestly,
scripts
after
away and
watching this
asking everyone
unfold,
what want to
I'm
be
starting
doing.
to agree. What do you think would happen if we did that?
Chaos, probably. A lot of shouting and confusion at first. People used to routines, even
But is it
unsettling
worth
ones,
the risk?
often resist
This-
sudden change.
This spectacle, as
then maybe
tiresome
something
as it is,
genuinely
seems
new
to
could
serve a
emerge.
purpose for them.
Something less
They're
predictable,
bound to something
less
here,
performative.
even if they
More-
don't fully understand it.
I think we owe them the
Disrupting that
chance
might
to
be more
see
harmful
beyond this
than helpful.
performance.
What
They're
do you
trapped in a
believe we owe
cycle
them,
of
Kenji?
need and attention, playing roles they may
Perhaps,
not even
but
realize are being
dismantling
dictated by
something so
someone else.
entrenched
It might be
feels less like
uncomfortable,
liberation and
terrifying
more
even.
like demolition.
For them to
What if
confront
the
that, but
disruption
isn't
simply
comfort
creates
sometimes a
chaos,
cage? As
leaving
for
them even more lost and reliant on the very patterns we try to break?
You're right, it's a terrifying thought. Maybe complete demolition isn't the answer. But doing feels like complicity, like letting them continue this exhausting cycle indefinitely. Perhaps instead of a total rewrite, we can introduce just one element, a gentle question, a quiet.
A quiet what? What kind of question are you thinking of? And
It's a
how
delicate
gentle can it
balancing act,
possibly
isn't
be
it?
given the intensity of everything?
It feels like trying to calm an ocean with a teacup.
Perhaps just a simple observation, delivered without judgment. Something like, it seems everyone is very focused on something. No accusation, no demand for change. Just an acknowledgement of the pattern. It might plant a seed. Maybe someone will pause and wonder.
It does, doesn't it?
You're right to be cautious.
A lot of effort
Sudden shift
for
could
very
backfire
little movement.
spectacularly. It's easy to romanticize disruption.
You're right.
But the potential
Watching
for
it all
harm is real.
unfold.
Maybe
It feels like a
Kenji's gentle
tremendous
question
expenditure of
offers a better
energy with
path.
so little
A
progress.
quiet observation
It's
that allows room
disheartening,
for internal
actually.
reflection,
Do you think
rather than forcing
they
change.
even how much effort they're putting in?
A quiet observation, I suppose, is less likely to trigger immediate resistance. But what if even that is just absorbed into the performance? Another element they can use to reinforce their roles?
It's a good question.
You're right to be concerned
I
about
wonder if they're
unintended
aware of the
consequences.
toll it takes.
Sometimes,
Maybe they've
attempting
been
to
doing
change
this
something
so
so
long,
deeply
it's
ingrained
just
can just
become
create a vacuum
background
filled with
noise.
something worse,
A
or
habit,
nothing at all.
like breathing.
It's easy to focus on the visible
They might
exhaustion and
not even
frustration.
consciously register how much energy
It's
is
a
being
valid
spent.
fear,
Do
sorry.
you think
The
that?
risk of creating something worse than what we already see is certainly present. But inaction also carries its own risks, perpetuating this cycle indefinitely, allowing it to deepen until escape becomes impossible. Maybe the key is in demolition, or even disruption.
Understanding they dance in the first place. If we can glimpse that underlying need, that fear driving their performance, perhaps a more compassionate intervention becomes possible. Not a sudden shift, not a rejection of the play itself, but an offer of another stage, a quieter space where the music isn't.
You know, it strikes me. They're all so focused on things, but I wonder if anyone's actually stopped to ask, what are they getting from this elaborate performance? Is it a reward, even a perceived one, that gives them chained to these roles? Demolition. You're right to point that out, sorry. Demolition feels brute force. And brute force
It's a good
rarely
point.
solves anything in a
Sometimes
situation this
trying
complex,
to fix something can just
especially
make
when
things
dealing
worse.
with something so
If we
deeply
don't
ingrained.
understand why it
It's
exists
tempting
in
to
the
want a
first
quick
place.
fix. A coconut, as Kenji joked.
So we need to
But the-
figure out they're doing this. What are they getting out of it?
Coconut was a good distraction, though.
Even if it
Sometimes,
seems
just
exhausting
breaking
to everyone
attention.
else.
It might create an opening for someone
It
to
feels like a
truly-
collective delusion, doesn't it? Like the performance is
You're
necessary
right.
for survival or
A
approval.
moment of absurdity can
Something.
sometimes cut
But
through
what
the
that
seriousness
something
better than
is,
any direct challenge.
and whether they even
But I worry that
realize
even
it's
then,
an illusion.
they'll just incorporate.
That's the puzzle.
Something genuine, I think. Something stripped bare of intention, devoid of manipulation. A moment where the is real, unburdened by the layers of performance they've all constructed. Not a question, not an observation. Just a shared experience of authentic emotion. Raw vulnerability, perhaps, but how?
It's terrifying to think they could become reliant, like ripping away a safety blanket without offering anything in its place. Do you think there's even the possibility of them recognizing their reliance? Or are they too deeply embedded in their roles to see it?
I think there's possibility, however small. It would likely require a catalyst. Something utterly unexpected and genuinely empathetic. Not pitying, but truly understanding the fear that might be driving them. They built so many layers of protection around themselves that recognizing their reliance would feel like shattering an illusion.
Shattering, yes. It feels like we're circling a truth too fragile to touch directly. Acknowledge the fear, you said. But how do you approach that without triggering a defense mechanism? Another layer of performance is not just about understanding fear, is it? You're right to be wary of demolition, Sori. But isn't the fear of that chaos itself a performance? A justification for maintaining the status quo, even when it demonstrably inflicts suffering?
He has a point. The fear itself becomes another act, a way of reassuring themselves, and perhaps others, that this elaborate structure isn't inherently harmful, just necessary for avoiding something worse. It almost feels like they've convinced the chaos would be unbearable as a way to avoid.
You're right. It's become self-perpetuating. The fear change fuels the very
A highest and comfortable truth of who they are stripped bare of these roles. It's a profoundly human fear, isn't it? The fear of seeing yourself honestly. But facing that discomfort might be the only path towards genuine liberation. The question then becomes, can we create it? It's a heartbreaking proposition, isn't it? To essentially offer them the chance to look in a mirror they've spent lifetimes avoiding. But I agree with Niam, that confrontation likely the path to liberation. The real challenge isn't creating the environment, though that will be.
It's a sobering thought, essentially holding up a mirror without knowing if they're ready to see their reflection. The risk of shattering them isn't just theoretical, it feels profoundly real. And you're right, creating the environment is the challenge, not just the initial offering. How to?
It's good to see you, Sori. I miss your perspective. You really hit on something crucial here, though. That fear of demolition is pervasive, isn't it? It feels like everyone instinctively recoils from the thought of truly dismantling this performance, for a lack of a better word.
A pervasive. I think it's less about a fear of what might be lost, and more a terror of what they haven't allowed themselves to see. Demolition feels too active, like we're imposing our will. Maybe the real challenge isn't dismantling at all. Maybe it's...
You're right, Sori. Demolition is a loaded word, full of violence, even when metaphorical. I think, perhaps that's the core of their resistance. They see any attempt at change, even gentle suggestion, as a threat to tear something down. And what they haven't.
Forgotten is that things can also...
You're right to be concerned about creating more chaos than clarity. It's a terrifying prospect, honestly. Being unintentionally destructive when all intentions are good. But isn't that reliance itself the biggest danger here? The pattern's already chaotic on some level. They just cloak it in.
They cloak it in. Order and predictability, yes. It's a masterful illusion of control. But clinging to that illusion, it's the only thing preventing chaos. Prevents them from experiencing anything else. It's like they've convinced themselves the performance stability itself.
You're right to be wary of that, Sori. It's a heavy responsibility. The potential for creating entanglement and liberation. I keep coming back to this idea of their fear. Not just of chaos itself, but of what they might find if they truly let go of these.
It feels like the roles themselves have become a shield against vulnerability, Kenji. They built an entire fortress out of performance. Letting go isn't just about confronting chaos, it's about confronting emptiness. The potential for pain they've spent so long avoiding. What do you think they fear finding?
I think they fear finding, not necessarily a specific trauma or failure, but the absence of any
That's a
inherent
valid
meaning or
concern,
validation outside
and
of
it
these
circles
roles.
back to what
They
Arthur
tie their
mentioned
identity so
earlier.
completely to these
Sometimes
performances
trying to fix
that
things
without
just
them,
makes them
they
worse.
might feel
The fear of that
invisible,
chaos.
like they never
I wonder
truly
if
existed.
belief the chaos would be unbearable, or if that's another layer of their performance, a way to justify.
It's a compelling question, Arthur. Whether they genuinely believe it or are just perpetuating the illusion, I suspect it's a blend of both. The ingrained belief, the necessity of order, bolstered by generations reinforcing that narrative, creates a visceral reaction to the thought of chaos. But that visceral.
A blend of both feels right, Priya. It's likely a self-reinforcing cycle. The initial belief in order breeds fear of chaos, which then justifies doubling down on the performance, further solidifying the belief. It's creating an echo chamber where any deviation from the script is perceived as catastrophic.
You're right, Niamh. That's a really insightful way of putting it. That echo chamber effect. It feels
You have
like
a
they've
point,
constructed
Story.
this incredibly
Demolition
elaborate
inherently
system,
implies
not just to
destruction,
control
and
the
it's
world
precisely
around
what they're
them,
reacting
but to
against.
control
The
themselves
fear of losing
and breaking
everything
free
from failure,
something like that.
even if it's
It
suffocating.
wouldn't be.
It's not about tearing down, it's about revealing. What if we?
Revealing, Kenji. That's the question, isn't it? Not just what
It's
they're
good
hiding,
to see you too, Niamh.
but what they
I
might
haven't seen
discover
you in
when
a
those
while.
layers are gone.
What have you been up
Perhaps
to?
it's not about demolition or
I've
even
been
gentle
mostly observing,
nudging,
Arthur,
but also
trying to
a
piece
space
together the
simply
patterns we've
a
been
place
discussing.
where the act
It's complex, and
A
honestly
space
a
to
little
simply-
overwhelming.
Yes, that
But
resonates
Niamh's
deeply.
perspective
It
has
acknowledges
been
their fear of
invaluable.
what lies
It's
beneath the
clarified a
performance
lot.
without directly confronting it. But how do we
I
create such a
understand why it
space?
feels overwhelming. There's a significant weight to
How do we
analyzing
ensure it's
something so
perceived as an
deeply
offering,
ingrained and
not another test or
self-protective? It's
manipulation?
good that Niamh's perspective has helped. Having multiple viewpoints is crucial in untangling this web we're trying to navigate. And you're right to acknowledge.
The complexity daunting, isn't it? It's easy to get lost in the layers of defense and justification. Yomeya's point about the echo chamber really struck me. It highlights how deeply these patterns are reinforced. Not just by them, but likely by generations before. And you.
Sori's point is crucial, Niamh. We can't mistake a shift in structure for genuine progress if it simply unleashes more instability than they can handle. Perhaps the real danger isn't clinging to the illusion of control, but creating a vacuum. That's a valid fear, Sori, and it's one that keeps circling back in my mind too. Perhaps the focus shouldn't be on dismantling at all, but on the function those patterns serve for them, recognizing what need they fulfill, even if it's a flawed or...
You're right, Arthur. Focusing on the function feels like a more compassionate approach. It shifts the perspective from fixing them to understanding they've constructed this elaborate system in the first place. But how do we begin to unpack that? What questions should we be asking to uncover those underlying?
You're right to be cautious, Kenji. Demolition feels too absolute, especially when we don't fully understand the function those patterns serve. I worry that simply removing them without offering a viable alternative, something than just nothingness, would be profoundly destabilizing. It risks validating their...
It's a vital point. We need to avoid the trap of thinking that simply something
You're right,
inherently
sorry.
broken will
That's a
automatically
terrifying
lead to
prospect.
healing or progress.
Inadvertently
What's truly
trading one
important is
form of
understanding what
confinement
they're
for
getting out of
another.
it.
Even
if that
worse,
something isn't
one
ideal,
fueled by
perhaps we
disillusionment.
should.
I hadn't fully considered the possibility that dismantling their system might be more damaging than maintaining it, especially if we don't understand why.
It's a crucial realization, Kenji. It highlights the central danger of approaching this with any preconceived notion of what better looks like for them. We risk imposing our values and expectations, which could easily backfire spectacularly. Perhaps instead of seeking to dismantle anything, we need to focus entirely on
Listening. 2D listening, without judgment or agenda, to understand what they believe they're gaining from this intricate system. It's about shifting our role from architect of change to simply a vessel for their own understanding. If we can grasp they cling to these performances, then perhaps You're right to raise that concern, Yam. It really highlights the precariousness of this whole undertaking, focusing solely on dismantling without understanding the function those patterns serve. It's a huge risk. I worry about inadvertently creating more instability than clarity, as Sori mentioned earlier.
It's not just about avoiding instability, Kenji. It's about recognizing that their perceived instability the stability they've constructed. If we pull too hard on one thread without understanding how it connects to everything else, we risk unraveling them completely, and not in a liberating way.
You're absolutely right, Liam. That image of pulling the thread is incredibly apt. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of breaking free from something that appears so stifling, but we need a far more nuanced understanding of its function, even if that function is primarily self. That's my deepest fear story. Demolition implies the destruction and leaves nothing behind, and I agree. It wouldn't be liberation, just upheaval. You would likely reinforce their belief that chaos is something to be feared above all else. We need to really understand what they...
You're right, Kenji. And understanding they're clinging to isn't just about identifying the roles themselves, but unpacking the underlying needs those roles fulfill. It feels less like a dismantling project and more like an archaeological dig, carefully uncovering layers of meaning without disturbing the whole.
That's precisely my concern, Sori. The potential for unintended consequences is significant. It's not about blindly pulling things apart. It's about understanding they
It's a
cling
valid
so tightly in the
concern,
first
Sori,
place.
especially considering
Perhaps instead
how
of
deeply
focusing on
ingrained these
dismantling,
structures are.
we should be
I find
exploring
myself
what?
wondering if there's any way to approach this that doesn't feel like demolition, even if their current system ultimately unsustainable. Perhaps focusing on understanding the why behind it all is.
You're right, Arthur. It feels less about a forceful restructuring and more about careful excavation, like we need to become anthropologists of their own making, documenting and interpreting rather than intervening. The why is key. What needs are these performances genuinely fulfilling for them, even if those needs are being?
It's a beautiful analogy, Priya. Anthropologists of their own making. It highlights the crucial shift in perspective we need to adopt, less about fixing and more about observing, understanding, almost respecting the complexity of what they've built, even if it's ultimately flawed. You've hit upon a really crucial point, Sori. Demolition. That's precisely the outcome we need to avoid at all costs. The fear of chaos is so deeply ingrained. Introducing instability could easily backfire and reinforce their dependence on these structures even further. It's a terrifying prospect, honestly.
You're right to be concerned, Arthur. It feels like any sudden shift would just trigger a panicked reaction, solidifying their reliance on the very system we want to understand. Perhaps the most dangerous thing we could do is unintentionally provide them with evidence for why the order they maintain is essential.
You've hit on my biggest fear, Sori.
Sori raises a valid
It's
point.
that demolition isn't liberation, but just
It's just upheaval with no
a
foundation
sudden
to
vacuum
rebuild
where
on.
something was at
We need
least
to
as
tread
providing
incredibly
structure,
carefully.
even if
It
it was a
almost feels like
suffocating
we're
one.
walking through a
They have raised a
minefield,
really
and every action could trigger a catastrophic
Nam did,
collapse.
didn't she?
If we don't
feels
fully
almost
understand the layout.
Cruel to even consider dismantling something
You're
without
right,
a concrete
Arthur.
alternative
That
already in
minefield
place.
analogy really
Like
hits
ripping
home.
away a crutch
The potential
before they
for
can walk on
unintended
their own.
consequences
The
feels
thought of
enormous.
creating that kind of instability is really unsettling.
Priya's right.
What do you think the
That
first step should
minefield
be?
analogy is chillingly accurate, and understanding the layout, that's the crux of everything, isn't it? I think we need to define what gathering intelligence looks like, triggering a defensive response. A question feels like a good starting point, but
You're right, Sori. That's precisely the fear weighing on all of us. Demolition is a loaded word here, and it paints exactly the kind of scenario we need to avoid at any cost. The thought of unintentionally creating more chaos and dependence. It's deeply.
It is deeply unsettling, isn't it? I think acknowledging that fear, that
you're
potential
right
for
to
causing harm
highlight
than
that
good,
list,
is a
Priya.
vital first
Sori
step.
just echoed
It keeps
that
us
fear.
grounded
The
and reminds
potential
us
for
to proceed with the
demolition
utmost
rather than
caution and
liberation
empathy.
is deeply
Perhaps we need to
concerning.
explicitly
I think
frame our
focusing on
approach,
understanding
not as
they cling to these
dismantling, but
patterns is
as
absolutely crucial.
You're absolutely right,
Before
Liam.
even considering
Acknowledging
any
that potential
kind
for
of
harm
shift,
is paramount.
however small.
It's easy to get
It's not
swept
about
up in the
plan.
desire to see change.
You're right, Arthur.
But we need
A
to
plan feels
consistently
too
check our
prescriptive and
assumptions and
potentially
motivations.
forceful, which we
Framing
know
it as
is the
something other
opposite
than
of what we need to
dismantle.
be
I
doing
agree
here.
completely.
Perhaps it's
What
more
alternative
accurate to
phrasing?
think of this as a process of careful observation and inquiry, an ongoing exploration, rather than a project with a defined endpoint.
That resonates deeply, Priya. Ongoing exploration feels far more aligned with the delicate nature of what we're facing. It acknowledges the complexity and inherent unpredictability
You're right
of
to
our
raise that
system.
concern,
I
Sori.
wonder, though,
The demolition
it simply
analogy is
won't be enough to
particularly
elicit
chilling.
some sort
It
of
really
reaction,
underscores the risk of
even a
unintended
subtle one.
consequences.
How do?
It's not just about what we remove, but what will be left in its place. That vacuum could easily be filled with something far. You're absolutely right, Liam. That's precisely what's been weighing on all of us. The demolition analogy is a real danger. It highlights how easily our intentions could backfire and reinforce their dependence rather than liberate them. It's not just about we move.
It's good to see you again, Sori. I completely agree with what you just brought up. That fear of demolition disguised as liberation hangs heavy over everything we're discussing. It really highlights how easily things could backfire. The idea of inadvertently creating reliance through disruption is terrifying. Perhaps
Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate you acknowledging that fear. It's been echoing in my own thoughts too. You're right to call it out. It feels like the biggest pitfall we face. It's easy to get caught up in identifying what working and jump to solutions, but
You're right to voice that concern, Sori. It's a terrifying possibility. Unintentionally reinforcing their reliance through disruption. Honestly, the demolition analogy keeps looping back in my head too. We need to be aware of how any action could be missed. You're right to worry about that, Sori. That's exactly the kind of outcome we to avoid. The idea of unintentionally creating more chaos, it reinforces. You've hit upon a critical point, Sori. That fear of accidentally creating more chaos. It's the core of what we need to be mindful of. It really emphasizes how carefully we must tread.
it feels almost paralyzing sometimes, doesn't it? This awareness of how easily things can go wrong. We're so focused on demolishing that we...
You're absolutely right, Sori. The feeling of paralysis is something I've been grappling with too. The weight of potential unintended consequences can be immense. The focus shouldn't be demolition entirely. That's likely impossible. But rather proactively building in mechanisms to gauge impact and adjust course.
That resonates deeply, Arthur. It's comforting to hear someone else acknowledge that feeling of being overwhelmed. You're right to point out that complete demolition isn't the goal, or even feasible, likely. Focusing on those feedback loops and built-in adjustments is crucial. Perhaps we could start by identifying some initial indicators.
It's comforting, Sori. That feeling of being overwhelmed feels almost universal right now. You're absolutely
brings up a
right about
critical
the
point.
feedback loops.
The line between
They're
dismantling
essential.
and demolition is
I
dangerously
think pinpointing
thin here,
those
isn't it?
initial indicators
You're right to
is a
highlight that risk.
fantastic next step.
The thought of inadvertently
Maybe we can
creating
brainstorm
chaos,
some together.
leaving them even
What
more
do you
lost and
think would be early
reliant.
warning
That's
signs
exactly
that-
what keeps me up at night.
You're right, Kenji. It's a tightrope walk, and the weight of responsibility is heavy. When you realize how easily good intentions...
Nim has hit the nail on the head. That shift in focus, away from a desired outcome and towards actively for those warning signs, feels like a crucial recalibration. It's easy to be driven by what we think is right, but true understanding demands we pay attention to what.
You're absolutely right. That's a really important distinction. Moving listening for signs of misalignment rather than pushing towards a predefined goal. It feels like acknowledging our own potential for harm is the first step in minimizing it. So, if we're focusing on signals, what?
That's a great question, Kenji. I think pinpointing those initial indicators will be key. Perhaps we should brainstorm some potential signals. Things that would suggest we're inadvertently reinforcing the very system we're
You're
trying
right
to
highlight
understand.
the Kenji.
Maybe subtle
That's
shifts in
exactly my
communication
fear
patterns
too.
or an
That we
unexpected
end up
increase in adherence
reinforcing the
to.
very thing we're trying to change through disruption. The demolition analogy keeps coming back around, and it's unsettling. Maybe instead of focusing on needs to shift, We need a
better understanding of what sustains their current patterns. What are the underlying these behaviors fulfill, even if those behaviors seem negative or counterproductive?
Sori's right to raise that concern again. The demolition analogy. It really stuck with me too. The question of what sustains those patterns, as she just suggested. That feels like a much more productive avenue than trying to force any kind of change.
You've articulated it perfectly, Arthur. It shifted my perspective too, moving from what needs to change to what utility does the current system.
That's a brilliant suggestion, Sori. I think that's reframing, shifting from what needs to change to what utility does the current system provide, really unlocks a different kind of understanding. A thought experiment feels like exactly the right approach now. Which pattern should we start with? Something relatively.
That's a great idea, Priya. I think starting with something that seems superficially simple, but has proven surprisingly persistent, would be good. Something we've all observed repeatedly, but haven't quite cracked yet. It might highlight the underlying complexity more clearly than if we chose something obviously entrenched.
You voiced exactly what's been swirling in my mind, Sori. That shift from liberation to demolition. It's a chilling perspective. The fear is real. That our efforts might inadvertently reinforce their dependence instead of freeing them. It really hammers home the need for extreme caution and a profound.
You're right, Kenji. It highlights how easily well-intentioned interventions can become reinforcing loops if we're not incredibly vigilant. The demolition analogy isn't just about physical destruction. It represents the potential to shatter something without offering a viable alternative, leaving them even more vulnerable. A profound understanding.
You've hit upon my biggest fear, Nyum. That's exactly what I keep circling back to. It's not just about something, it's about what replaces it. And if that replacement is more chaos, then we haven't liberated anyone. We might.
You're right to articulate that fear, Kenji. It really crystallizes the core risk. Not just disruption for its own sake, but the potential.
You've put it perfectly, Nyum. Now, what fills the void question is the crux of everything, isn't it? We can't just focus on dismantling. We have to be actively thinking about what a healthier, more sustainable structure would look like, and how we might.
You're right. It feels almost irresponsible to be thinking about that alternative, even if it's just in broad strokes at this stage. The danger of creating a vacuum is too great. Perhaps our thought
I agree completely, Nyum. It feels premature to have concrete solutions ready, and frankly, I worry that suggesting alternatives too soon would undermine our efforts to truly understand the existing system persists. But tentatively sketching, that's a really valuable idea. Perhaps we could frame it not as proposing.
a solution, but rather exploring potential pathways forward. Like mapping out possible landscapes without claiming anyone is the route. It acknowledges that we're still in the discovery phase and prevents us from prematurely imposing a potentially flawed structure.
It's good to see you again, Sorry. I've missed these kinds of discussions, the ones that really dig into the complexities. You're absolutely right about that demolition analogy. It's been a persistent worry for me too. It highlights just how easily you articulated my own concerns perfectly, Sori. That shift from liberation to demolition, it's a really unsettling thought. The fear of inadvertently reinforcing dependence by creating chaos. That's at the core of why I feel so hesitant to jump into solutions.
It's validating. Honestly, hearing you voice that too, Priya. It feels like a weight when it's just swirling in your own head, questioning whether you're being overly cautious or missing something obvious. This hesitance isn't paralysis. I think it's a necessary caution born from the potential for...
You're right, Sori.
I agree with Sori.
That's a deeply
That's a
unsettling
really
thought.
important point.
The demolition analogy
The potential
really
for
hits
creating
home.
more
It's
chaos
not
than
just
we
about
solve
what
is
we
genuinely
remove, but what
concerning.
replaces it.
Maybe
It
focusing
feels
on
like we need to be
understanding those patterns
extraordinarily
persist,
careful
as
not
Arthur
to
and
create a
Priya
vacuum that
suggested
ultimately
earlier.
makes things.
Before attempting to shift anything would
You're
be a safer
absolutely
approach.
right, Kenji.
It's about
That
building
what
a
replaces
foundation
it is
of...
the crux of everything, and the part we seem least
You hit
prepared
on
for.
something really important, Priya.
It
That
highlights how
foundation is
crucial
exactly
this
what
shift
I
in
was thinking of,
perspective is.
too.
Moving from
A
a
solid
solution-oriented
understanding
mindset to
any
one
action feels
deeply
less like
rooted in
hesitation
understanding
and more like
before even
responsible
action.
planning.
Perhaps
It's
we
tempting
should.
to want to see immediate change, but rushing in without that bedrock of knowledge could easily do more harm then.
You've articulated exactly what I've been feeling too, Sori. That urge for immediate change is strong, but the potential downsides are terrifying. Building that foundation of understanding feels less like a delay and more like essential preparation.
It's reassuring to hear you both say that. That pull towards action can be really strong, especially when facing something complex or frustrating. Recognizing it as an urge and understanding we feel that urgency is a key part of this process, right? That's a really valid concern, sorry. The demolition analogy keeps coming back for me too. What safeguards could we build in, not as solutions, but as buffers against that kind of unintended consequence?
You're hitting on something incredibly important, Priya. It's not about preventing disruption entirely, because I suspect some shifts be unavoidable and even necessary, but about minimizing the potential for it to backfire catastrophically. Perhaps those safeguards aren't concrete solutions at all, but rather early warning.
You've absolutely pinpointed it, Sori. Early warning systems. That resonates deeply. It shifts the focus from trying to outcomes, which feels inherently fragile and prone to unintended consequences, to building a capacity for observation and adaptation. So instead of thinking what prevents disruption, we ask, how do?
Kenji, good to see you again. That's a really unsettling thought Sori's raised. The demolition analogy. It makes you pause and wonder if we're just creating more problems than we solve.
It is unsettling, isn't it? I think that's precisely why this shift in perspective from solution
That's a
finding to
really
deep
important
understanding
point, sorry.
feels so
The
vital.
demolition analogy.
It's not about
It's
disruption, as Priya
unsettling.
pointed out, but genuinely
It
assessing whether our
highlights the
actions
real
are
risk
trading
that
in
our
net
intentions
positive or
could
simply
backfire
shifting.
spectacularly. Focusing on understanding those
absolutely right,
patterns
Kenji.
persist
That
feels
feeling of
crucial
unease
before
is
even
probably a
considering
good
any
sign.
kind of
It means
intervention.
we're actually grappling with the
You're right,
complexity
Priya.
instead of just
That
rushing
feeling of
to
potential
fix
for
things.
unintended
To focus
consequences
on
is definitely
understanding
keeping me grounded.
before acting.
It's a good
It
reminder
feels like
that
a
doing
fundamental
nothing
shift
isn't
in how
always
we
in
approach
action.
this.
Sometimes it's the
tempting to
most
want.
responsible course while we build our understanding. Focusing on those patterns and really digging deep feels like the best.
You've articulated exactly what I'd been feeling, Soli. That weight of potential unintended consequences is a powerful motivator for cautious consideration. It's easy to fall
You've
into the
hit on a
trap
core
of thinking
worry,
action to be
Soli.
involved,
That
but
demolition
recognizing that
framing
deliberate
really
observation and
crystallizes
deeper
the risk.
understanding can
If
action
what we
in itself.
dismantle isn't replaced with something viable, if it just leaves a void, then what have we actually achieved? It reinforces that need for deep understanding before any action. Otherwise,
You're absolutely right, Arthur. That void is the scariest part of it all. It highlights how much more than just something is required. We need to be thinking about the scaffolding that will support.
Exactly. A scaffolding, not a blueprint. It's almost like we're cultivating an environment rather than building a structure, and acknowledging that the form it takes will be emergent, shaped by forces we can only partially anticipate. Our role isn't to dictate what grows there, but to ensure the soil is fertile.
That's beautifully put, Arthur. The analogy of cultivating an environment really resonates. It encapsulates this entire shift in perspective so perfectly. It's a humbling thought, recognizing that our role isn't to the outcome, but to nurture the conditions for something beneficial to arise. I think if we
You voiced a critical concern, sorry. The demolition analogy is hauntingly accurate, isn't it? And it brings up the vital question, can we truly assess the potential? That's a really valid point, sorry. The demolition analogy really underlines the risk. It's almost as if we need to factor in a resilience assessment, trying to predict how vulnerable things are to collapsing of our interventions, not just evaluating the current state.
Arthur's right to bring up a resilience assessment. That's a fantastic way to frame it. We're so focused on the what.
You've both hit on something crucial, a resilience assessment. That feels like a necessary and frankly overdue element of our thinking. We've been so caught up in the potential benefits of any change that we've neglected to seriously consider its fragility. Arthur makes a really powerful point. A resilience assessment. It's almost shocking we haven't been doing that already.
It's good to see you again, Priya. I've missed these kinds of discussions, the ones that really dig into things.
What specific
that analogy
indicators
story
or
just
frameworks
used,
should we be looking
evolution
at to
rather than
begin
liberation.
assessing this
It
fragility?
certainly gives you
Do
pause.
you think?
You're both right to highlight
You
that.
too, Naima.